Hey, welcome back, scholars, to another edition of Math is My Jam. Excited for another exciting learning session with you guys. Um, Today's session is on operations with rational numbers. So buckle in and let's go ahead and get started. So our first problem for today is going to be 2 minus 7 plus the difference of 3 minus 8. Okay, and as usual, you guys, as we're doing this problem, as we're going through this video, please feel free to pause and try to work things out on your own and see if we come out with the same answer. Now, in math, we always want to think of our processes and our rules. So when I'm doing order of operations and I'm doing these different types of operations, I have to go back to, well, what are my fundamental rules? Well, if you remember, we use an acronym called PEMDAS. PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So I want to see, do I have anything that is within parentheses? Yes, of course. So within this parentheses, I have 3 minus 8. If you missed our lesson on adding and subtracting positive and negative integers, you may want to go back and watch that video first to make sure that you understand how to add and subtract positive and negative numbers. Okay, 3 minus 8, that's going to give me negative 5. Okay, and I'm going to keep that in parentheses to keep everything organized and neat, and I don't mess up with my symbols. From there, I'm just going to bring everything else down. Going to bring everything else down. So I'm going to bring my plus sign and I'm going to bring my 2 minus 7 down. Okay. So now when I look at it here, I have my parentheses, but I don't have any exponents. So I'm going to move. Do I have any multiplication? No. There's no multiplication. Do I have any division? No. I have addition and subtraction. Be careful with this one because addition and subtraction, as you learned before, those two are interchangeable. So addition and subtraction are done in the order that they appear within the expression. So in this case, subtraction came before addition, so we're going to go ahead and do our subtraction first. 2 minus 7 is going to give us negative 5. Okay, so then I have negative 5. I'm going to bring this down plus negative 5. So when I do negative 5 plus negative 5, that's really the same thing as saying, what is negative 5 minus 5? And that gives me negative 10. And we're going to do just a couple more problems to make sure that you guys understand. So the next problem is going to be 12 fourths, negative 12 fourths, minus 8 plus 3. Once again, in order to make sure that I follow my steps and I follow my procedures, I'm going to make sure that I always write my PEMDAS to remind me of how to go through the steps very methodically, step by step. So the first thing I have here is negative 12 divided by 4. So I didn't have any parentheses. I didn't have any exponents. I didn't have any multiplication, but I do have division. And when you see this fraction bar, okay, that fraction bar simply means divide that value, those values. So negative 12 divided by 4, you're right, you got it. It gives me negative 3. And then I'm going to bring everything else down just so I can keep things arranged neatly and I don't mess up. So I'm going to bring everything else down. Okay, I have negative 3 minus 8 plus 3. And according to PEMDAS, now it's time to do addition and subtraction. And honestly, that's the only thing I have left. So negative 3 minus 8, negative 3 minus 8 is negative 11. And then I'm going to bring down my plus 3. So now I have negative 11 plus 3 and negative 11 plus 3 is negative 8. For our third problem, we're going to do negative 2 minus 9 plus 6 minus 5. Okay. Negative 2 minus 9 plus 6 minus 5. Feel free to pause the video and try it yourself. Okay. Negative 2 minus 9, do that first. And again, I always, when it comes to math, don't try to do it all at once, you guys. Chunk it and focus on just getting one piece at a time, okay? And that's where you have the most success. Negative 2 minus 9 equals negative 11. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring everything else down. Plus 6 minus 5 helps me to see everything in an organized way. Negative 11 plus 6, negative 11 plus 6, that's going to give us negative 5, okay? Now, just like I did before, I'm going to bring everything down. Bring that down, bring that down. So my negative comes down, or my minus symbol, and the 5 comes down, okay? So then I end up with negative 5 minus 5. And you got it. Negative 5 minus 5 is negative 10. For our final question of today, or problem of today, we're going to have 6/3 minus the sum of 5 minus 3, or you could say the difference of 5 minus 3 squared. So at first, this may seem a little bit complex, but I have a secret weapon, which is PEMDAS. And I'm just going to follow this every single time and watch me get it right every single time. And you can too. So I do have parentheses. So I'm going to do what's inside first. 5 minus 3, you got it. That equals 2. And so that is going to be 2 squared. Okay, so I have 6/3 minus 2 squared. Now, all I did was bring the rest of that stuff down. Now, I also have an exponent. Okay, and if you don't understand exponent, go back to our previous video that deals with exponents, and you guys can see how to do exponents. So I have here 2 squared. 2 squared is equivalent to 2 times 2, and we know that 2 times 2 is 4. I'll keep that in parentheses just for organization's sake. And then we're going to continue to bring this down. So 6/3 minus 4. Now I can go down to multiplication and division. I do have division. 6/3 is equivalent to 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So really what I have is 2, and I'm going to bring everything else down, minus 4. Okay? 2 minus 4, and you got it. You guessed it. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Negative 2. And that's all there is to it. And so, again, I want to thank you guys for dropping by. Math is my jam, where we have fun every day or every week doing math. So if you have any other questions, you guys, or any videos you want me to do, just let me know in the comment section and I'll create that video for you. Subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why. Go ahead and subscribe, and then we'll see you later on Math is My Jam. You guys take care.